Hello, everybody. It's Jeremy Whaley here with a market update for the end of the first half of the year. Here we are. It's July 1st. We've wrapped up the worst first half of the year since 1970. What is to come? We're going to talk about it in this video. Let's go. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Jeremy Whaley from Trade Maestro, and it is July 1st. Actually, it's in today, July 1st, moving into July 2nd. So, 4th of July weekend. So, happy 4th of July to everybody. And we've just wrapped up the first half of the year, which, as I said in the opening, turns out it's the worst first 6 months of the year since 1970. At least that's what the headline said. I don't know. I didn't really go research. I just copied the headline. So if the headlines made it up, then I made it up too. But no, the truth is, it's been really bad. Been really bad. You guys know that. You've been watching the updates. And the question is, where are we going from here? So let's get over to some charts and take a look at it. Before we do that, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who joined me this week for our Bear Market Survivor Challenge. So thank you for joining me for that. And if you missed that, the videos will remain up on the YouTube channel through this weekend. And then I'll be taking them down because I'm not going to leave challenge videos up. But I'll leave them up there for just a couple of days. So if you missed that, then you're welcome to go do that. And thanks to everybody who joined me for that. All right, let's get over here and take a look at some charts. I'm going to make it as big as I can and still be practical. This Dow Jones Industrial Average that you are looking at right here on the screen. And yes, I know there's a lot of lines in here. I could get rid of them all. I think I will get rid of them all for just a brief moment here because I want to draw your attention right here to today's candlestick. We ended the day, we actually ended up pretty decent. We ended up 300 plus points at the end of the day. That big green candle. Clearly, the bulls are back and we're going to take control, right? Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Anything's possible. It is a stock market after all. Why is my chart not resizing? Guess I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way here. Sometimes the key commands just don't work. All right, so there's the trends. You've seen it. You've been keeping up with it. January, we started the year up here, almost 37,000 for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Currently down roughly 18 to 19%. Depends on, what the day is and exactly where we close. But roughly 18, 19%, almost 20% on the Dow Jones. Clearly, we've got a nice bearish trend that has been established. We got a sequence of lower lows and lower highs, and yada, yada. Of course, we've been predicting this and talking about this since last November. So the big question is, where do we go from here? And are we at a turning point? Are we at a bottom? Where are we at moving forward? So to answer that, I am going to have to put my lines back on the chart. I know it gets a little messy here. You got moving averages, you got support and resistance lines, and we got all of it here. But I want to draw your attention, if I can, to where we stopped moving today. We bounced actually right to my pivot area there at 31,200. Look, until we start moving above that, I'm going to see that as a resistance. We had the first bounce, which was the last couple of weeks. We expected that bounce. We predicted that. At that time, we were very oversold. Our stochastics were starting to cross back up. Well, that's done. We've already fulfilled that. We're back up in the mid territory here. We actually hit 50 on our stochastics today, which is plenty of a bounce. I mean, that's more than enough. And we could go all the way back to overbought, but we just don't need to. And most of the time in this type of a phase, we probably wouldn't do that. So what does today's big green candle mean? Well, it probably means nothing, honestly. But let's just hypothetically say, where could we go? Let me get rid of our moving averages just so that we can, there we go, just to clean it up just a little bit here. Hypothetically, one scenario is that we would rally up to around 32,400, maybe as high as 33,000. I don't think that's going to happen. It's probably the least likely scenario, so we'll just go ahead and label that 3. That's a possibility. I just don't think that's what's going to happen. A more likely possibility, I'll change my pen color here. A more likely possibility is that we're going to fizzle and fazzle. Yes, that is a technical term, fizzle and fazzle. No, it's not a technical term. Nobody write me and say, what does fizzle and fazzle mean? It just means we're going to hang out. We're not going to do very much for possibly a few trading sessions. Could be 3 or 4 days, could be a week or two. Who knows? But it's possible that we'll just kind of go sideways there. and then the bearish trend will continue. And then my third possibility, and I'll put that one at number 2, even though it's a very good possibility that's what will happen. My third possibility, I'll just put it in red here, is that we just go straight down. Okay, and I'll label that number 1. Here's the reality, folks. Number 1 and number 2, it's almost a coin toss between those two. That is probably what's going to happen. I'm going to say number 3 is maybe a 1 or 2% chance. Probably not going to happen like that, but it could. We'll have to leave that one on the table. What you don't see in here, let me finish the blue here. If by chance number 3 plays out, it will follow with a bearish move. So 3 out of 3 directions leads to a bear market continuing. What you don't see is you don't see a bullish reversal anywhere happening here. Could it happen? Well, in theory, anything could happen. It ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen. Not with all the economic things that we've got going on right now. So that's where we are with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. If you have missed my forecast on this, let me just give you the big numbers. I do think this next wave of bearish selling that we've got is going to land around 29,000 on the index, with possibly coming all the way down here to about 26,400, roughly. That is my short. We'll call that, like, I think there's a good chance by early to mid-August we're at one of those targets. Okay, so that's 4 weeks. Next 3 to 5 weeks there, we should be there. Long term, if you've missed my forecast, I'm not going to go deep, but if you've missed it, long term, 18,000. I gotta really zoom out for you to see this. 18,000, there it is. 18,000 is my big long-term target, not goal, but target. And then there's possibility closer down here to 12,000 and change. We'll just put 12,000 for a round number for now. We're a long ways from that. When the whole thing is done, which I think will be this end of the year into next year. So not this fall, but by the end of the year, I think we'll be at 18,000 or 12,000, somewhere in there. And if it's not by the end of the year, it will be the beginning of next year, like March, April, May, roughly. So expect about an 18-month trend for this thing when it's all said and done, 12 to 18 months. So, all right, that's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Since this is kind of a 6-month update, I'll go a little bit more in depth. In general, I want to try to keep these things a little bit shorter, but we'll take a look here at the S&P 500 as well. And, well, here's the way I say it. It's the same song, different verse, right? Basically the same thing. All these rainbow colors that you see on here, these are some of my Fibonacci lines that I've got drawn. I don't need to go into great detail on that. Most of you have been keeping up with the updates. Just understand that the bear market is continuing. We're down about 25%, 24, 25% on the S&P. Next target is going to be around 3,500 here for the S&P. And that'll be a short-term target. 3,500 down to 32. Okay, this is kind of like the next wave of selling. That's what I'm expecting to see target-wise there. And in case you missed that, the big picture on this, my ultimate targets by the time this whole thing is done, let me scoot this thing up. Where do we land? About 2,200, roughly. Okay, that's kind of that's the equivalent of like Dow 18,000. When Dow's 18,000, S&P will probably be around 2,200. So that's my target on that. All right, let's start with the NASDAQ. This is the one that's been leading the way. This is the one that, I think, well, there's no think about it. This is the one that's down substantially more, over 30%. We are at a pivot area. We are at one of my support levels that I had drawn for this. We bounced a little bit. Next target is below 10,000. And I think this is going to be a big number. Understand that the NASDAQ, when this whole thing started, was sitting up here at 16,000. This is actually what tipped us off last November. This is the first cracks in the bull market, if you will, that we started to see. And we started to see this thing rolling over. And here we are. So we're down about 30% right now. I think when this thing drops below 10,000, that's going to be a marker that a lot of people are going to say, oh my goodness, it's real. Like the bear market's here. Now, why they haven't figured that out already, I don't know. People are just weird. But anyway, so that is very much on the horizon. And this next wave of selling definitely could land us in that 10,000 range. And if I go a little bit lower here, just zoom out a little bit, see where this thing lands. Ultimately, yes, folks, I'm going to go there. I'm going to say it. I think we could be looking at NASDAQ, 7,000 coming up. Woo! Woo! Could be worse than that. It could be, but we're not going to go there for now. Let's just leave it at that, 7,000. That's my target for, by the time this is all said and done, 7,000, possibly lower, possibly as low as 5,000. But we're not going to talk about that because some people are really going to freak out if they see that. All right, folks, that's really the market update that I need to give you going into this weekend. There are no trades happening on Monday. Market is closed for 4th of July, July 4th, Independence Day. So we got lots and lots of fireworks. However, I would like to have you join me Sunday night, July 3rd, because this Sunday night, just like every Sunday night, I will be doing my profit picks, which is where I go really in depth. I do an hour and a half of analysis. So, here you're getting 10 minutes. But in my Sunday night classes, we do an hour and a half, and I go a little bit more into detail, talk more about it, live Q&A, everything that you need to get set up for the week ahead. Now, this week, it just so happens that Monday is July 4th. You don't really need that for Monday, but you're going to need it on Tuesday, because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, guess what? Market opens up, and we're going to be trading, and you're going to want to be ahead of everything. So I'd love to have you join me Sunday night. If you've never done that, let me tell you how you do it. All you have to do is become a member over here at Trade Maestro, and let me actually make this full screen so you can really see it. When you come to TradeMaestro.com, all you have to do is click where it says Become a Maestro Member, right here, right on the home page, like right there. Tell me more, right there. See that? And when you click that, it's going to bring you over to this page over here where there's a little video about being a member and yada, yada. But $97 a month, that's all it is to have this analysis every week. And you can come in and join me every Sunday night, $97 a month. But in addition to my weekly profit picks, you get ongoing mentoring, you get new training courses, you get live group coaching, you have the answer vault, you got the on-demand video libraries, you got HD recordings. I mean, you got all sorts of cool stuff, and there's no monthly contract. And for those of you who have never, ever traded before, or maybe you've traded but you need some help, guess what? As a bonus, with all of the new memberships, you get my Pick Winning Stocks Challenge, which is about a $500 value. You're going to get that for free. What is that? That walks you step by step through my complete trading system. So you're really ready to take on my Sunday night classes. And if you haven't gone through that before Sunday night, that's okay. Come join the Sunday night groups, and then just come back and finish taking the Pick Winning Stock stuff. The challenge starts tomorrow. Whenever you sign up, it'll start the very next day. And in addition to that, I've also put another accelerator bonus in here. It's my credit spreads course. So all of that is included. It's $1,500 in bonuses, and you get all that for just $97 a month, and you can cancel anytime. Or if you'd like to save some money, you can save about 17% if you just click on the annual button, which is right underneath click to enroll. Just save 2 months with an annual subscription, and it's basically 10 months, so $970, and got some extra bonuses with that as well. You'll get my Trading View training, so you can learn how to operate Trading View, and you'll also get my crypto accelerator. So lots of cool stuff there. No reason to not do that. So head over to TradeMaestro.com, get yourself signed up, and then I look forward to seeing you Sunday night. All right, folks, if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, or if you're over on Facebook or wherever you might be watching this, get yourself subscribed. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there. Lots of crazy stuff going on. Crazy stuff happening in the market. And come back next week because I'll have some more updates for you next week. Until then, happy trading to all of you. We'll talk to you soon.